What's going on? From the shirt, you already know what it's about to be. First episode of Team Versus. And with this, it's a topic, it's a show about this versus that. Two different subjects put up against each other. Topics, subjects, people, whatever. Within the same category, but just on two different levels, two different spectrums of however you want to say it. So, as my first episode of Team Versus, we got Marvel versus DC. With that being said, let's to compare this just the right way. Let's start off with the characters. All right. For characters on the Marvel side, we got Wolverine, which is my favorite character in Marvel. Best believe that. We got Venom. I didn't like him at first, but as he became an anti-hero, it got live. We got Hulk. Oh my God, the Hulk. What can he not do? Crazy. Hulk smash, all that. He's been at it since the 70s with the TV shows and all that. We got Nightcrawler. Just the look alone, Nightcrawler is phenomenal. We got Gambit, who hasn't been touched on, not that way, touched up on in movies as much as he should. And I hope he gets to that point. We need, where you at, Gambit? We need you in the cinematic world. Alright. Hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But then we go to the DC side. The only interesting characters on DC side, man, is Batman. My boy, don't get it twisted. Batman is the man. Dark Knight, whatever you want to call him, he is the man. Then we got John Constantine, which I kind of recently started liking. Like I'd say 1 or 2 years back, whatever, however you want to say it. Then maybe Wonder Woman. You know, she's a savage. She's out here snapping necks, from what I hear, all kind of stuff, no hesitation. And then Lobo. A lot of people don't know who Lobo is. That's definitely people who don't want anything to do with DC comic books. But I've delved into it through the years, and I know that what Lobo's all about. He's a bounty hunter, and he's quite the character. He's quite the character. Trust me on that. All right, all right, and then so let's move on to comic book arcs, to the story arcs. All right. On our Marvel side, we got things like Age of Apocalypse, which I remember because I read every issue of that. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was a world where Apocalypse ruled. I want to believe because Xavier got killed or something like that, and so that kind of messed the time, everything up. It messed everything up. All right. Then you got things like Maximum Carnage, which was, in my opinion, the best SpiderMan story arc ever till this day. Carnage tore the game up. Carnage came through. He had a team. All right. Carnage had a team, bro. Then you got issues like House of M, which I didn't have the pleasure of reading all the way through. I've heard about it here and there, and I got the gist of it. Scarlet Witch has a dream, and her powers not manifest, but her powers somehow think that her dream is real, and she wakes up or whatever, and half the mutant population is depowered, and it gets crazy. That was wild. Also, we got issues like Old Man Logan, Oh, I loved this issue. I read the motion comics where you can flip through them and they hear the sounds and people moving around and stuff like that. I read that. That was crazy. I enjoyed it. It intrigued me. I liked. If you ever never read a motion comic book, get into that. Please do that. It's an experience. And then there were issues like not World War Hulk, but Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk, man. I didn't really have a chance to read the whole thing. I got the gist of it. I know what's up with the Planet Hulk. And it has a show, a cartoon movie, along with it. Would love to get into that. But I knew back in the day it was a thing. It was a serious thing going on with that. Let us bring it over to the DC side. I think the most interesting DC story arc till this day, and this came out when I was in high school or somewhere around, I think high school, somewhere close to that. The death of Superman. No, it didn't just happen. That is just not as a fresh thing. You watching the movies. No, that happened a long time ago. When it happened, it was epic. That was epic right there because nobody thought that it would ever come to this. Superman, he's the scapegoat. Everybody needs when it's time to be there. He's a Goku to DC. we need him to say today now. Nah, he got his butt walloped by that guy. I forgot his name. The name will be at the bottom of the screen. I forgot his name just that fast. Yeah, but he got messed up by that dude. And yeah, that was an epic thing because I was honestly annoyed by Superman then. I was annoyed by him then. And I when this came out, I was like, I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, it is what it is. They call me heartless, whatever. Then there were two other ones that interest me fairly were the Twisted Metal, but I don't think that came out yet. That's something that's in the future of plans in the works or something like that. I believe they're in the works of doing that. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But I've seen pictures and hear things in there. It seems interesting, like it would be a good one. And the Batman who laughs. The Batman Who Laughs, which is a Batman mixed fused with like Joker, I think, which is crazy. And I've heard the storylines on him and everything that's going on with that. Those sound interesting. It's stuff that they should do more of. DC should do more of, honestly. Okay, I'm just being honest. Now, let's get to TV shows with these guys, man. TV shows between Marvel and DC. Start on Marvel side, man. When Marvel did their thing with Netflix, that was it. That's it. They killed the game as far as comic book TV shows. You got Daredevil, which is arguably the best one out of the lineup of Netflix. Daredevil. You had Jessica Jones, which was cool. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like that. I liked it. You had Luke Cage. I didn't get to see season 2 Luke Cage. Season 1 was good. Season 1, I liked the feel of it. The soundtrack was cool. You can only do so much with Luke Cage's powers. I understand, but it still had good characters, actors. The actors were fantastic, man. Punisher, which is a character I forgot to mention in the character aspect of this video. He's one of my favorite too. Punisher, one of my favorite people. Anti-heroes under Wolverine. All right, Punisher's show I heard was live. I saw him in the Daredevil episodes. I liked him since with those. he's probably the best guy. The actor is probably the best one to play Punisher. Now I know his shows, his 2 seasons were live too. I already know. I don't have to see him. I haven't seen him. I will get the chance to see those soon. But I can just already know. I don't have to guess. All right, it's got it like that. It's got it like that. Now, and also a lot of people kind of slept on was Legion, which is the son of Xavier, Professor Xavier. Man, Legion is just out there, and the show was like it's a trip. Like you're on an acid trip through the whole show. If you're ready for that, if you like that kind of the visuals and the way it plays with your mind, because his powers in the show just went hand in hand. They knew how to display his powers the correct way. That's how it feels in his head the whole time, all the time. That's how it feels in him. So he's going through it. Now let's get over to the DC side. Man, look, back off when WB was killing the game. I'm not even gonna lie. Superman, the Smallville episodes, I was digging the Smallville show, man. I liked it. I watched it almost every time it came on. I watched it. And I would catch up on the episodes that I missed a while back or whatever. But I liked it. There was also, they had a Gotham, which I didn't get a chance to see all the way through, but I heard some things about it. Some people said it was good. Some people said it was corny from the trailers because the overacting in it, which is kind of true. But I never got a chance to see that. It had an interesting concept though. Interesting concept, going back in time before Batman was Batman. That's interesting. You got Green Arrow, which I had no interest in, man. I'm sorry. Green Arrow as a character is just boring. He's just Robin Hood. He's just Robin Hood, man. He's just Robin Hood. Flash, I also had no interest in his show, even though I like his character better than Green Arrow. I'm always down for a speedster, man. Speedster's pretty cool. He's a matter of fact. By the way, I'll give him his props. He is the best speedster in the history of comic books. Hands down. I'm sorry, Quicksilver. It's him, not you. In that category. Okay, then it starts to go awry with shows like Batwoman, where they're beginning to push the agenda too strong, man. I like, it's cool. I cool my female characters too, my female heroes, but we know you're a woman. We know you're a woman. You don't have to keep saying it in the show 1,000 times that you're a woman, or trying to prove that you're a woman that can do what a man can do. We know it. We know you can do it. We know that's what's up. We know that's what you do. Just do it. Don't sit there and say 1,000 times that that was and I heard about it. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch this show if you're gonna do that. I don't like agenda pushing like that with no content. And I heard Supergirl, the Superwoman show did the same thing. They don't have to do that. Come on, stop it. Stop it. That's just a message from me. Stop it, please. Yeah, and then yeah. So that's the comparisons on that. Now, let's get into the movies. Marvel, come on. Man, Marvel already got Civil War, which was so epic. Civil War was so epic on Marvel. God dang, man. You got Captain America's team against Iron Man's team. I was rooting for Captain America, of course, my boy. That was a crazy thing to see them battle each other. Winter Soldier, another Captain America movie that was just killing it. Winter Soldier, when it came out, Winter Soldier was just so crazy. Winter Soldier, when he got on the screen, he just chills up his spine like, who is this? He was a mysterious character. He was mysterious. You know what I'm saying? What else, man? The Infinity War and the Endgame, Avengers. Those two movies, which I consider one movie, just like Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2. I consider those one movie. So it's one movie. And that was so spectacular. That was just a thing to see. If you haven't seen those movies, you're missing out, man. You are truly missing out on something you need to see. You know what I'm saying? I might be missing some other things up in here, but those are the ones, the movies that were just mind breaking. I know I missed another one. It's gonna pop up on the screen. Now let's get to DC's side. Whew. And DC's had a rough time with movies, man. God dog. DC their first little fumble with Batman vs Superman. Mind you, before that, the Superman movie was actually reputable. It was live. It was respect. I could respect it. The fight at the end of Superman movie was crazy. Way better than the original Superman movie where they had that going on. It was man, those Kryptonians were getting down. Every time Kryptonians fight, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But Batman vs Superman was a mess. It was a mess. I can't even watch it twice. I can't watch it. No. And Aquaman came out with the extra corniness. So corny. So corny. That killed it. I like the special effects. I like the visuals in this under the sea. The Atlantis was just live. But outside of that, it was trash, man. It was just... Cut the cheese. Cut the cheese, man. Please cut the cheese. Then you have movies like The Joker, which actually, in my opinion, it helped. It was a big help to the DC universe as far as cinematic goes. It was such a good movie. It was such a good movie, and you already know my review on that, so you know how I feel about it. It really helped it, man. And then it wanted to turn back around and fumble again with the dang Harley Quinn movie. The dang Harley Quinn movie, man. The plot was so trash. It fumbled with that. DC, come on. DC did that, and remember, this is coming from Suicide Squad, which was Suicide Squad was better left off in the 90s. It would have done a better job in the 90s. We all know that. I've explained this before. Suicide Squad it didn't help their cause, man. You know, and I hate that for them. I hate that for them. Yeah, man. And so now, at this moment in time, I gotta jump into the cartoons. The cartoons. The animation. Now, Marvel, this is where y'all gonna take the plunge, man. Kinda. Marvel, you caught the L's with the Spider-Man and Friends. And that's old school, and that's some flashback type stuff. There's a better word for it. I can't think of it right now. I'm full of coffee, but yeah. Spider-Man and Friends was so corny, and I watched it when I was a kid. I watched it because that's all we had to watch. But no. Then they tried to bring out the XMen the first time with Pride of the XMen, which is a play on Kitty Pryde's name. You know, that had only one episode. It was so trash, and I understood why. But I watched it because I'm an X-Men fan. Whatever, my brother put me on to that. Thanks for that. Then, X-Men, Marvel started to get better. Marvel started to get stuff like the Uncanny X-Men cartoon. It came out in the 90s. That was one of their best situations that happened to them. That was their best chance. That's where they had it. That's where they were killing the game. That's where they were killing the game. They killed the game with that 90s version, man, of the X-Men cartoons. The intro alone, you just couldn't beat it. The storylines were on point with the comics. There were no big stupid changes. Then they turn around and slap you in the face with X-Men Evolution. I tried watching that show. I tried. I just can't bear the fact of seeing a lot of them as little kids being raised by, other section of the X-Men. It was annoying. Too many kid versions of the X-Men that I like. Stupid. All right, stupid. And it would have been watchable besides that. And the Wolverine was lame. He looked stupid. Where was his face? What's up with the facial hair? Damn, man. All right. Then, man, other than that, like, if Marvel would focus on doing their cartoons more like they did the Spider-Verse was a great movie. I didn't even think it was going to be that good. I had doubts, but this actually was a good movie. That actually was a good movie. I commend them for that. They did a very good job with the Spider-Verse. I got to give them for that, man. They do more movies like that, then their animated universe will be much better. And I heard all the Avengers Mightiest Heroes cartoon was live too. I never had a chance to see that. I didn't watch a lot of Kids XD. I didn't watch a lot of that. I never watched that. I think it was after my time. Let's go over to the DC side. DC, you reign supreme in this. Batman the animated series. They killed the game. I used to watch that religiously when I came home from school, or just later on that night I would watch that. That was it. That was it. That was it for me right there. When I was younger. I love that show. It was so dark. It didn't violate the kids, mind by being too dark or too crazy. But it was so good. It was so good, man. Then they had stuff like what else did the DC have, that animation? Well, shoot, the animated movies they got out right now. See, with DC, not only did they have stuff like that back in the days, DC had or they still have their animated movies, which are mature, that adults can watch, grown people can watch it and be intrigued, like myself. You mean you got the Batman Ninja movie that came out, which don't be thrown out by the title. It sounds corny, but no, it's good. It was like kind of like an anime mixed with DC. Oh man, awesome movie, man. You know what I'm saying? They had the Constantine Dark City or Dark World or something like that, which was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They had the Killing Joke, which is based off the novel about Joker and his little background, which is kind of thrown into the Joker movie a little bit. But that was awesome. That was an awesome one. We already know the other ones that were put out. You know what I'm saying? The other ones like, the Dark Apocalypse, which I did a report on already. Dark World, whatever. That, we already know the status on that. Man, yeah, DC's movies were just by far way better because they went that mature route with it. You understand what I'm saying? And Marvel really has been scared to do that. Let's look for the Dark Knights Marvel collection, but the animation was crap. The animation was crap on that. So they didn't win on that aspect, man. Oh, and don't forget Batman Beyond. That's another point. Batman Beyond was so live. It was just another world. And I still think Ashton Kutcher could have played a movie version of that. Just the body build. The build of the suit looked and everything. He could have pulled that off. But besides that, and my conclusion to this, bro, right now with the pandemic and everything, the way Marvel left off with the last movies they had put out, they didn't leave a lot of area for anything to jump back. Now they could take a turn with this alternate universe thing. That's the only way they're gonna save themselves. But they don't think it's something slick and clever. You've already messed up a couple of times towards the end. Like the way you left off with the Avengers of the movie, how you left it off, it was good, but what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? You made a lot of decisions you shouldn't have made at the end. That's my opinion. Now you're throwing yourself for a loop with that. They kind of put themselves in a loop. Now when they come back, I want to see how they save themselves. If they don't save themselves, DC is going to slowly get you. That Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out soon, I'm assuming, and I think it's gonna be live. Her last movie was good. Wonder Woman is actually has some good movies, a good movie out of DC. And I know she can't save it all on her own, but Joker came in with that. DC. There's some more things that could come around and save DC if Marvel don't watch out. If Marvel doesn't watch out, DC will get them. You understand what I'm saying? Real quick. They'll sneak up and get them. DC will sneak up and get you, Marvel. Their animation alone is crazy. Is just remarkable. The animation alone is remarkable, bro. And if they would think about it, and they take the storylines from the animated movies and throw them into the actual live action movies, Marvel can have some competition, some real competition. Just think about that. Marvel can have some real competition. Put that to your thoughts, man. Watch your butts, Marvel. I'm still with Team Marvel until that actually happens. When I start seeing that rise of DC kind of being a real competition for Marvel, I'm gonna be like, okay. But I see a little bit. I see with the animation, at least.